Alright, guys and gals and gals, welcome back to Triangle Strategy. Forget what part we're on. However, we actually have reached our way to Hyzanth, which we have two options here: the Hierophant's Palace, or we have the Citadel of the Sands. Now, the side quest Citadel of the Sands, Tenebris and Sorcery speak on the latter sudden summons from the Hierophant. For those that's joining us, we actually did have a situation that we ended up getting Sarvog here at Aspharoth on our side, and we immediately got summoned over here to the desert area. So we're going to kick it off with Citadel of the Sands, see what's going on this side quest information. If you're new to the channel or if you're just watching this video, make sure to drop a like if you like what you see. And always a subscribe.
House Wolford has not a single heroic deed to their name, yet the Hierophant grants them audience.
Perfect.
As if they are worthy to stand by my side before the Holy One. What is the meaning of this?
What is it?
Perhaps there is no need to take offense. Perhaps you are being honored. You did bring a formidable ally into the flock, after all.
That is a curious interpretation.
Curiouser and curiouser.
The others in the Order are breathless with jealousy at your achievement. They have spoke of naught else since the news arrived.
'Twas no great feat. The Wolforts were lost, sniveling, begging for a hand to guide them. The others needn't know that, however.
Soon you will have the ear of the goddess. You will be the envy of Hyzanth.
It is well past time for that decrepit Edor to relinquish his position.
The future belongs to House End.
At last. I shall see that you have a place in it, Tenebris.
So there hasn't been a lot of backstory on
What
Hierophant and all that
gullible
stuff.
fool.
What a gullible fool. And as far as like the hierarchy, now the few things that we do know is that they worship a goddess or a god or an entity of some sort. They are the source of all salt, as you can see here by the center of this giant heart. There's a giant salt deposit in the middle of it, and only Norzellians, the ones with the pink hair, are allowed to be there and harvest the salt. Now, according to the story, it's because they're paying for their past sins. Although this whole shtick for this entire area is everybody's equal. So there's some what is it called? There's some debate on whether or not they hold true to their values, for sure.
I, Sorcery End, have brought Serenoa Wolford to answer the summons of the Holy One.
Sounds drunk.
Very good. Then let us begin forthwith. In the name of the Holy One and the Goddess, I shall begin her inquiry into the misappropriation of our nation's salt.
Oh, I did not know we were getting into all of this.
An inquiry?
Serenoa Wolfort shall be questioned first. Sorcery End stands accused of forsaking the goddess's blessing, of abusing his station to indulge his own insatiable appetites.
Ooh, I didn't know I was getting into all this.
Serenoa Wolfort, stand accused of aiding his plot, of sullying your own hands by transporting his ill-begotten wares.
I stand accused? On what grounds, Edor?
Minister Sorcery, I would advise you to temper your words in the presence of the Holy One.
You would dare chastise me? For generations, the goddess has entrusted House End with her salt, the lifeblood of our nation. I have treated my duty only with the utmost respect.
Duty.
Just hearing these outrageous charges makes my stomach churn.
Really? Then I shudder to imagine your condition whilst you penned these ledgers, delivered to us by one of the soldiers from the source.
We got proofs. This seems like a very important time in the storyline.
Quite odd, and when I compared them to the ledger at headquarters, I quickly understood why. Forgive me, Minister Sorsley. Staying silent would have meant my death.
Your death? How swiftly your underlings betray you under the slightest pressure.
Now, if you are very well finished, let us continue. Lord Serenoa, did you aid Sorsley in these crimes? Answer with the understanding that falsehoods will be treated as affronts to the goddess's mercy and punished accordingly.
Ooh, how foreboding.
I understand. It is true. We helped Sorsley peddle his salt.
Serenoa, you cur!
Ooh. Ooh, he got murderized. Bring in the medics. Ooh. That was... I did not see that coming. I thought that was going to be much later on down the road.
On behalf of all Hyzant, I thank you for helping us excise this rot from our nation.
Be that as it may, the fact remains you bear some responsibility in allowing that rot to fester. Such misdeeds must be answered for.
That's fair.
You should have come to us immediately upon finding out his true nature. You had ample opportunity.
I admit the fault is ours, but it was not a judgment made lightly.
We had to act to protect our home and our people. It was the only way to prevent the loss of both.
Your plight has not fallen on deaf ears. However, a crime committed under duress is still a crime.
Also
For that,
fair.
I have no words. Only hope. Hope that you will find mercy for us. For my people, I beg of you, allow our house to enter the protection of the Holy One.
You love your subjects deeply, that is plain to see. Very well. I shall state your case to the Holy One on your behalf.
Now, who is the Holy One? That is a giant question. The Hierophant.
Serenoa Wolfort, heed well the words of the Holy One. Your house safeguards the very heart of Norzelia, and the Wolfort name is known near and far for its fierceness in upholding its duty. The Holy One believes it would be a great loss if your home were to fall victim to Esfrost's ambition. The Saintly Seven has just recently bid farewell to one of its members. His position would be yours if you would take it.
My lord, this...
However, there is the matter of the Roselle that dwell within your borders. The Holy One would see them returned to the flock where they belong.
Oh, that is the negative.
Their
That's a hard
home is in
negative.
the Source, our Holy Land. They are descendants of criminals and worse. Their lot is to offer themselves to the goddess so that the sins of their forebears may be cleansed.
Forebearers.
The Holy One would see all Roselle serve her in penitence. Such is her will.
You would have us betray the Roselle under our protection?
Such mortal judgments are not her concern. The goddess has spoken.
Oh, we gotta fight our way out. We're gonna have to fight our way out of here. Again.
Serenoa, will you surrender the Roselle to Hyzant?
I don't know.
As you are
What?
doubtless aware, Lady Frederica, the vow of Lord Simon himself binds us to protect them. Alas, our house is not what it once was.
Is that a reason to cast aside its honor? My father, as well, likely had a hand in orchestrating their protection.
Ah, my friends, I apologize that we once again meet under dire circumstances.
much dire.
You face a difficult choice, one I do not envy. Have you decided?
Not yet. We will, you can be sure.
With the scales
They've got us by the small
of
ones, and they know it.
convictions.
They made this request full aware of our history.
Lest you misunderstand, allow me to illuminate your position. You are not the noble hawks you think yourselves to be. You are vultures, feeding off the scraps of Sorceley's corpse.
You've got some nerve.
I speak from experience when I say that the title of Saint is not to be worn lightly. Are you prepared?
Prepared? For what?
Doubtless you are aching to break free of your fetters, to take wing and soar. To do that, blood must be spilled. The blood of enemy, friend, and self alike. Your freedom lies at the end of a trail of dead. If you are not prepared to make that journey, to endure that sacrifice, then cast aside your pretensions and grovel.
Wow.
Grovel or bleed? Poor options, both.
What a choice. What a situation. Very interesting. At the end of the last episode, I did not see this coming. I thought it was going to be more of a, hey, you're going to get punished for illicit salt trade, and here's the punishment. No, instead we get, would you like to become a Saintly Seven and also give up all the Roselle from your side of the border?
Lord Simon protected the Roselle who fled Hyzant, and the village they established within the Wolffort domain. 30 years have passed since then. The Hierophant uses the illegal salt trade incident as leverage to demand those Roselle be sent to the source, where Hyzantian faith dictates they must reside.
Yeah, that is not
After
going to
being
happen.
found guilty at the trial, Serenoa has no other choice but to acquiesce. Thus, with House End ruined and a vacant position among the Saintly Seven to be filled, rumors of House Wolffort's ascendancy start sounding more credible than ever to the people of Hyzant.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen.
Lord Serenoa, I believe it may be in our best interests to turn over the Roselle after all.
Oh, what? Benedict, you're
But
messed
they
up.
fought
That's
so
messed
hard
up.
to escape Hyzant. They would never agree to return.
It would be a show of good faith to the Saintly Seven and secure House Wolffort's safety. If the situation calls for force, well, we must be prepared, to borrow Minister Exham's words.
I see. Give me time to think over the matter.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. We're not giving up an entire group of people.
Where is Frederica?
Oh, she left for the source with Prince Roland. She said she wanted to see where the Roselle lived for herself.
Ah, indeed. Byzantine law requires all Roselle to make their home at the source.
She is most troubled over this, Lord Serenoa. Please, if you could...
I understand. I will make for the source at once.
Very, very interesting, though. It's like, save your own peoples, but also get rid of an entire group of peoples within your borders that for the past 30 years you vowed to protect. Or continue protecting those people and possibly start a war on two fronts. Anyway, we got two side stories here and the main story. Let's go first to Whitehome Castle, see what's going on there.
Thalos, thank you for making the necessary arrangements.
No need to thank me. I am your Prime Minister, after all. I have made sure those with any power in Glenbrook understand their place. They will do as we command.
Then everything is in place. It is time.
Is there nothing I might do to aid you, brother?
If there were, I would tell you.
Get off my back, Erica.
And the consortium, Thalos?
Oh, I expect we shan't have any trouble from them. I have promised them a considerable sum to stay out of our way.
Good. Now it is just a waiting game. I wonder how long the Hyzantians will last.
Well, they about to do something to the Hyzantians too. Very, very interesting. Let's see what's going on in the Crown City. Oh, it's these two. I forget what their names are, but I remember seeing them
Silvio
before.
Tellior, I presume?
Tellior, there we go.
Who might you be?
Someone who brings good tidings. An offer you may wish to consider.
I am ruined. Who would want to offer me anything?
It is Minister Edor's wish. Will you hear me out?
One of the Saintly Seven? Then you are Hyzantian.
My master is eager for your assistance, as you are quite close to House Wolfort.
Edor is the leader of the Saintly Seven. Basically the only one that can talk to the Hierophant. Alright, and Frederica makes her way to the source to see her fellow Roselle, but... ... They seem to love their ... here in this game.
Please. I'd only like to glimpse the goddess's sacred grounds for myself. It won't take but a moment.
Oh, they're looking to fight.
That may be, but outsiders are not permitted into the source for such frivolities. And you are Rosellan. You ought to understand the teachings better than anyone.
Frederica.
Serenoa, forgive my impulsive behavior.
There's nothing to forgive. I too wish to learn more of the Rosellan Hyzant. Not knowing would make my decision easier, but still I feel I must.
Serenoa? From House Wolfort?
The very same. Lord Serenoa Wolfort.
Lord.
The one who will assume control of the salt trade in short order, as House End once did. To that end, we are here today for a preliminary inspection of the grounds.
So the rumors were true.
Well, are you refusing the newest addition to the Saintly Seven entry into the source?
Of course not. Please, right this way.
Well played, Roland. Oh, they about to see some shit, though. Working them like dogs. And that one's even passed out, just chilling in the salt. There's two of them passed out in the salt.
All right, you Rosellan wretches. Time for worship. Minister Edor of the Saintly Seven himself will be giving the sermon today. You should be thankful. Heed his word, and your sins shall be cleansed.
What a treat.
Roselle, do you know why you are imprisoned at the source, condemned to toil? It is because your ancestors committed the most heinous of sins. Long, long ago, they schemed to seize control of the salt that the goddess bequeathed to the people of Norzelia.
To be
They
bequeathed.
seized the source for themselves, wresting every last grain of salt from other peoples desperate for the resource. Using the salt they hoarded as a shield, they terrorized the land, destroying any who stood against them in their thirst for domination. Fanned by their greed, the flames of war long ravaged our land. Countless innocents lost their lives. What a terrible, arrogant people. Their cursed souls dwell within you, their progeny, to this very day.
Interesting.
Indeed, the proof is in the very color of your hair. The same red as the blood that flowed from their countless victims.
But it's
Our people sinned against the goddess. We are a detestable blight upon Norzelia.
Oh, goddess of salt, please, forgive us our sins. Forgive us.
Do not despair, for the goddess of salt is ever merciful and kind. She grants even the worst of sinners, even you, a chance to atone. That atonement will only come through hard work here at the source. By
Interesting.
quenching this earth with your sweat, by giving your lives to this labor, your cursed souls will be cleansed and welcomed back to the goddess's side. Only then, when your sins have been washed away, can you hope to be reborn into a pure body and once again walk upon Norzelia. People of the Roselle, surrender your lives to the source and give your thanks to the great goddess.
O goddess of salt, for you I give myself, stained with sin as I am, to the source.
Oh my goodness
Thank
gracious.
you for granting us the chance to atone.
Thank you.
So they're prisoners and they're brainwashed.
That is enough. Now take that gratitude and turn it toward your work.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Jesus.
This is atonement? And the Roselle accept it as a fitting punishment? Even if that story Idor told is true, no sin warrants this kind of cruel retribution. Hyzant maintains control over Salt now. Are they then not guilty of the same crime?
You are right. But this is as the goddess of salt commands, is it not?
I get that there has to be like some ambiguity with Serenoa so that he can make his decision. But for him to just straight up be like, but this is what they want, right? This is what the goddess wants. And it's like, ooh, movement bangle. Is like, come on, man. So this is obviously terrible. Just seeing all these people work like slaves. Oh my goodness. Don't jump off of the platform. Let me walk along the platform. Oh my gosh. So there's a mechanic here that as soon as you get close to a platform, it kind of knocks you or takes you down it. And yeah, this super thin platform here is kind of making that extremely hard to traverse here. Cure all pellet. Before I talk to anybody though, I am searching around for some 1,000 for some shinies. Given the I think it's the TV that I have or something that is just, it's very hard to spot these shinies, and I honestly don't even know if I'm getting all of them in every single area. All right, Roselian, nothing to say. Roselian off, also nothing to say. This is the only work I've ever known. It's all I'm fit for now. Many years ago, some of us tried to flee this place. None of them would dare dream of doing that now. Well, that's good. Roselian say nothing. Let me up. There we go. Quality stone. How about you? What do you got? This cask weighs nothing when compared to the weight of our sins. So yeah, they're definitely brainwashed as well. So that's an interesting turn here. Oh my gosh. What do you got? I understand they've replaced Minister Sorsley as an overseer, and as we lumber on, a beast without a head, no one issues orders, could a crisis arise. It's hardly surprising. He was one of the Saintly Seven. They won't replace him so hastily. Rumors twirl that they may call upon a Wolford boy. I don't care if I pick my own mother as long as the position is filled. So they will install me as an overseer for the source if I can find my way to the Saintly Seven. Nothing to say. I think I talked to this one. I can't do it. I can't carry the salt. How can the Holy State allow a man in this condition to continue working? Roselle notes. Roland, what do you got? The treatment of the Roselle here is utterly inhumane. I hope they give us water today. Nothing to say. This is just terrible to walk around and see this. Nothing to say. They force young and old alike to toil in deplorable conditions and have audacity to call it atonement. I don't even tend to those collapse from exhaustion. They treat my people worse than criminals. It breaks my heart to hold such cruelty. I would love to see them free, but they are under constant watch. It would be not impossible. I understand how you feel, but we mustn't look away. We have to use this opportunity to learn all we can. They don't think it is the only way nations survive at such cruelty. I suppose so. After all, so few are granted access to the sword, but I fear I cannot bear to stare at the void. Frederica. Grounding amulet. We need only follow the goddess' teaching in order to be absolved. So here's this guy. Let's talk to him real quick. Faster, faster! There's no rest for the wicked. Ah, Lord Serenoa. I'm sorry you had to lay eyes on the tainted ones, but this is where the Roselle pay their penance. The tainted Roselle are fated to live out their days working in the source. The hope they may one atones for their sins. They are nothing like the rest of us, but the nature of their birth. The nature of one's birth does not enter into it. We're all born the same. You have the purity they lack. I see before me a man like any other. Salt has brought prosperity. Why rely solely on what everyone could aid in the harvest? Yeah, that's a good call. Why not everybody? Such would go against the goddess's will. The Roselle are to work in the land to atone what they've done. Yet higher yields of salt would benefit. We do well enough for ourselves with the current yields. Goddess be praised. She'll share her blessings with you. That's messed up. This whole situation is kind of messed up. It's actually very messed up. Like whenever they first introduced this area, they were 1700. They were like, everybody is equal and everybody's happy, and don't pay attention to how we get that accomplished. And now obviously we see it. We've seen glimpses of this, like at the beginning when they were introducing Sorsley and like all the different ways he's doing his illegal salt trade and that jazz. But this is so ridiculous that it's kind of hilarious. I mean, obviously slavery is not hilarious, but just the audacity of everything that's going on here in this room, in this situation, is just absurd. Anyway, that being said, I'm sure it's going to come to a decision where it is... We should return to the encampment. We're going to have to use the scales of conviction to decide whether or not to give them up.
This is more awful than I imagined.
Will you still send any Roselle in the Wolfort domain here? Force them into a life like this?
It isn't right. It isn't just. I don't care that it would ensure our own safety.
Indeed, it would be unforgivable. What is just is constantly in flux depending on the circumstances. That said, protecting people is always the right thing to do. Wouldn't you agree, Serenoa?
I feel the same as you both, but...
My apologies. I didn't mean to place all the blame on you. Still, we continue stumbling on the path before us.
Bring out the scales! We must use scales in this situation of obvious ridiculousness. The fact that they make this an optional choice.
Serenoa and his retinue
crazy.
return to their domain, their every step weighed down by the heavy task Hyzant has placed upon them. Elsewhere, the newly restored kingdom of Glenbrook begins to take action under Queen Cordelia's leadership. The kingdom issues a joint proclamation with Esfrost against Hyzant, halting all trade and severing diplomatic ties with the Holy State.
Yep, here it is. The scales of conviction. But Gustadolf has cut off ties with Hyzant now, so they're definitely hurting as well. So this is a very interesting political situation.
Esfrost and Glenbrook signed an agreement denouncing Hyzant.
Word only just arrived, and it is no mere rumor. They've issued a formal proclamation.
Preposterous! Gustadolf must have forced Cordelia's hand. This is sure to make Hyzant cease salt shipments to the consortium. All this denouncement will do is hamstring Esfrost and Glenbrook both.
My brother, Gustadolf does not fight battles he cannot win. I'm certain this is part of some greater ploy.
I feel all of Norzelia stands on the precipice, but of what I cannot say.
Each nation is making its move. We too must take action to secure our position before it's too late.
By which you mean expelling the Roselle?
To protect the Wolfort domain and its people, no one would dare hold such actions against you. Lord Serenoa, you must make a decision.
That's not even a decision. It really is not, because in all actuality,
I saw what it is truly like at the source. The Rosellan are forced into back-breaking labor. No decent man would condemn another to such a fate.
But if we refuse the Hierophant, we will face the same dire consequences as House End. Should that happen, the Roselle would still be lost, would they not?
Then you think it is right to sacrifice the Roselle to save Wolfort?
No one is saying it is right, but a decision must be made. We must prioritize our own survival. That much should be clear. And survive we shall, if we can secure Hyzant's aid. Unless you know of another way?
Serenoa, I beseech you, not as one with Roselle blood in her veins, but as a person, as a Wolfort. You cannot give up the Roselle to Hyzant.
I appreciate each of your arguments, but we cannot debate this forever. It is time to decide. Once more to the scales of conviction.
Once more into the breach, my friends. Again, this is kind of crazy that this is even a decision. It's like we need Hyzant's support if we're to reclaim Glenbrook, but it comes at a price, one the Roselle under our protection must pay. See, that's where it becomes a little iffy, a little shaky. We're doing it, if we give them up, it's to protect our own people. However, at the moment, the Roselle are a part of our people, are they not? Oh, I can't even go out and talk to the townsfolk on this one. Okay. At the same time, I don't see any shinies. So here it is. I mean, my knee-jerk reaction is to defend the Roselle, because why subject people to slavery? But I don't know how that's going to affect how or if we can take Glenbrook back from Gustadolf. I can't, in good conscience, deliver the Roselle. So I'm going to have to talk to No. I'm going to have to talk to Benedict, Gila, and... who's that? Who's this over here? Anna. And who's undecided is Huguette. So I'm going to talk to Huguette as
Lord
well.
Serenoa.
So Anna says the House Wolford must overcome. We refuse to relinquish the Roselle. We'll meet the same fate. Our first priority must be our own survival. And we need to protect them. You believe we must protect the Roselle. Why? Even if named a saint, we are still unbelievers. As such, I doubt they will grant me such power. Hyzant no longer trades with Athros and Glenbook as their only renewed partner. We have grounds for negotiation. The people who never forgive us for doing something so heartless. Without their support, we would be easy prey for the Holy State. Yep, the first option. I mean, they wouldn't agree. They wouldn't agree with the decision. But even if we do disobey, it's only a matter of time until they come to claim us. We should avail ourselves at the time and gain the upper hand.
If so...
Do you have any doubts about the Holy State? Holy State acts in accordance with the Hierophant's wishes. It is not the Holy State, but the Hierophant. I fear their orders are cold and callous. They wish to have Roselle back so badly that they would use us to that end. I cannot help but wonder why. Yep. Your fear is not unfounded. Very little is known or even less seen.
No.
But still, the Holy One sits on top of the Holy State.
I must hear what the
I
others
understand your
think.
concerns, and I have my doubts, truth be told. Indifferent to the plea. That is not good.
We must decide.
If we defy the Holy One, everything will be done. House Wolford needs the support. It pains me to have to say it, but the situation leaves us no choice. It may take effort, but this one can be swayed. I thought you might be opposed. I should like to hear your thoughts. We need all the soldiers we can get. We have protected the Roselle for decades, and I'm certain they would join our fight as well. Yep. Or the Roselle are citizens of Wolford. Both are very good points. Let's go with the fight. Some among them who've been trained,
Perhaps,
but they are not many.
If so,
It appears our views are an impasse. The political climate took an unexpected turn once Athros cut ties with Hyzant. How do you believe House Wolford should conduct itself going forward? We could not use continued trade with the Wolford Domain as means to negotiate. Conflict with the Aspharoth is unavoidable, and the Holy State will need our might if they are to stand against them. Yeah, it's unavoidable. I see, so we use our might as a bargaining chip.
However,
but I must remind you, Hyzant the goddess is absolute.
I am decided.
In any case, tensions between two nations are rising. Deep in thought, Gila the healer, who's been friends with the Rosellian.
What do you need?
The Roselle and the village are those who fled Hyzant and their descendants. If the Holy State asks for their people to be returned, we have little room to argue. But bending the knee would earn you the title of saint. I think it is our best interest to obey for now. This one should listen to reason. So you would choose to protect the Roselle, might I ask why? We accept the goddess's teaching. There's a chance we put Frederick in danger. I have seen the harsh reality of the source myself, and I cannot subject my people to such cruelty. Yep.
Yes, I see.
It is only natural you want to protect your people as your father did. It might be said that earning the greater power of a stately requires sacrifice. I fear we could stand to lose much more.
I require some time to think.
If we focus on what we stand to gain or what we might lose, the answer is not a simple one. Deep in thought, and then you get. The Roselle are people of the Wolford Domain, but if we defy the Hierophant, we'll face the same fate. I am at a loss. Okay. Yeah, we must protect them.
And?
So you think we should protect the Roselle? Perhaps we could get the Holy State to promise not to attack the Holy State needs our power if they were to fight the Duchy. It is our first bargain with the Hierophant. We play to our advantage and deny a request this once. The Holy State needs our power.
Truly?
I must admit, it was caught off guard by the Archduke's decree. It'd be a harbinger. If we were on the brink of battle, the strength and experience of House Wolford, we may be able to leverage that to gain some sort of concession.
I don't know what to do.
Personally, I agree with you. I don't want to surrender Roselle, but are there any other reasons you want to protect them? I must defend my people, even against the Hierophant. Call it a lord's pride. I would hate to be the reason the people's faith in our house is shaken. They're Frederica's people. I simply cannot look the other way. Call it a lord's pride. I see. I feel the same way. As a member of the King's Guard, I cannot let the subject of Glenbrook to be treated so unjustly. This is both my pride and my conviction.
I don't know what to do.
The more I think about this, the more my heart aches. I'm moved by my words. Well, here we go. Let's hopefully I did it. Hopefully I did it. If I didn't, then there it is. That's what's gonna happen.
It is time to cast our votes. We face a difficult decision. Do we surrender the Roselle living in our domain to Hyzant, or do we defy their orders?
It
Approach
really
the
is.
scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
It really is just like I've kind of got a little bit of a cold sweat, goosebumpy thing going on right now. Because it's intense. This is intense.
You make a convincing argument.
Let us try this path. I think I convinced him.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I'll follow the path of your convictions.
I cannot agree to this.
Unfortunately, I cannot bring myself to agree with you. And this is the first time I think Anna has voted against me.
I have faith in
There's
you.
no other way forward for us. Interesting.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
And again, why can't I vote? I feel like I should be able to vote. Yep, Anna's the only one that didn't listen to what I wanted to do. But we are going to defend.
The Roselle are our
We
people.
shall defend.
We must shelter them, even if it earns us Hyzant's ire.
I say no.
I suspected it would come to this. We have
fight.
chosen our path, and now we must see it through. We will refuse to hand over the Roselle to Hyzant.
Damn right. Oppressions under the sun completed. Would you like to save your game? Yes, I would. Here we go. Because my decision was the one we went with here.
Serenoa and company move to protect the Rosellan settlement. Noble as it may be, such an act of defiance toward Hyzant risks inviting the destruction of House Wolfort itself.
Chapter 11, Part 2, To the Bitter End. Ooh. That was the right
will
decision.
no doubt
I
wish to
believe.
ask questions of us. We can draw out the negotiations and buy some time.
Time enough to find a way to break them.
We have to inform the Roselle of the situation here.
I'll send an envoy and have them sheltered in Castle Wolfort.
Lord Serenoa, come at once. An army marches on the Rosellan village.
Oh, yeah,
You
of
can't
course.
be serious.
Whose banner do they fly?
We know not.
And it matters not. We ride to their aid. Prepare for battle.
For battle! Oh, the Hero's Bane is here.
Why? Why attack our village?
Hierophant's orders were to return you to Hyzant.
Ha! Over my dead body!
So they hired the Hero's Bane again. And it's battle time. We got one side mission here. Let's check that out real quick before we jump into the battle. 45 minutes in, I don't know if jumping into a battle is a great idea right now. That may make this episode about an hour and a half long, something crazy.
Did Silvio accept our offer?
Indeed he did. One glimpse of the reward set him on his way to the Wolfort domain.
Then all is in order.
Care to wager how House Wolfort will respond?
Why bother? If they comply, we make use of them. If they resist, we crush them. Either way, we endure.
How ruthless of you.
Bewitching dancer. So here, real quick, let's jump into the encampment. I did forget at the beginning of this episode that I have some promotions and some upgrades to do. So first off, yep, class promotion. Let's go ahead and promote somebody here. And I'm debating on it's gonna be between these three. It's gonna be between Roland, Benedict, or Huguet. I like to be offensive, so obviously I think Roland would be the way to go here. That would have turned him into a cavalryman. Increases strength and increases magic attack, although he doesn't have any magic, I don't think. If we upgrade Huguet, sorry, increases her strength and nothing else. A rise in range, though, that's interesting. Increases the range of the first normal attack. Ooh, and focus. What does Roland get here? Pushback. Physical damage to enemy, knock them back 3 squares, and feel physical. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roland here. Let's go ahead and promote Roland. Bam.
This
Got
day
a
shall
shiny
be
new
ours.
jacket. Pushback and flash of steel. Perfect. And then we also have the mats or materials in order to upgrade somebody. Looks like we have the option of Hasabara or Izana. I'm going with Izana. This is nasty. She's nasty with this electricity and whatnot. So there you go. Ranked up to level 2. And we'll go ahead and increase weapon damage, increase magic attack, TP of Rite of Rain Tempest, deal physical damage, hardwood staff. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Increase physical defense. Well, let's do magic. And that's about all we can do. We can upgrade Anna here, looks like. She's at the level 2, but we can't do anything level 2 wise. Herodor, Corinthian, Julio, I don't use him enough. Osabara, Narv, I do use Narv a lot. We can upgrade his health. Let's do that. And that's pretty much my main cast here. Gila, what do you got? What can you upgrade here? Increases magic attack. And again, level 1 stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and increase our accuracy though. That seems like a good idea. So there we go. All upgraded up. Let's check the shop real quick, see if they got anything new. Ooh, okay. So we got some stuff to buy here, folks. And luckily I got the bankroll to do it. Just straight up buy all these. Quality stone, give me that. Give me that. Oh, there's still another quality stone. 2 timbers, 5 fibers, and 2 quality fibers. Now, do you have any additional items? Large recovery pellets, I'm buying up all of them. Plenty of this invigorating spices, enchanting spices, fortifying spices, warding spices seem like a good idea as well. Ooh, and got new items here. Jade Thumb Ring increases the amount of XP earned in battle. That seems very helpful for leveling people up. More strength amulets. HP amulet and magic amulet. Defense amulet, definitely. and magic defense amulet. Alright, alright. Got all the materials. Ooh, that must mean that there's something new to purchase here from Archibald. Yeah, we can buy more Quietus points. Revitalize. Revive a fallen enemy. Ooh, hidden reserve. Switch out one of your party members. I can buy 2 medals of bravery. I can buy silver. I can buy leather. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give me all this. And then some lore stuff here to buy. Revive a fallen ally with full HP. I don't have enough for that. Interesting. 500 kudos, and I only have 43. Then again, I just spent pretty much all my money on everything else. So first thing I'm going to do with this silver here is upgrade Serenoa. You're definitely getting upgraded weapon-wise. And I can upgrade your weapon damage. Yes, please. Increases delaying strike, increases range of hawk dive. That's definitely going to be useful. Who else do I have the ability to upgrade? Narv, Archibald. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, Eridor seems to be one of my main dudes here, so I'll upgrade him. Don't have enough quality iron though. Looks like I got some more grinding to do in regards to stuff. Narv. No, I don't want to upgrade Narv quite yet. Although he is the only one that I really use on a regular basis. Yeah, so let's upgrade Narv. And let's save the rest for now. I think I have the ability to promote somebody else as well. Yep. I think I have 2. Yep. Yep, I got 2 Medal of Braveries. One is going definitely to Benedict. Looking fancy.
Never stop learning.
Initial TP and 2-fold turn. And then definitely Huguette. My main archer lady. Putting a feather in her hair
It is an
there.
honor to serve.
Learn the ability to rise in range. All right. So yeah, we'll go ahead and leave this for next time. There's definitely a lot to get through in regards to the next battle, but it seems as though I am ready for it now, my friends. I got a lot of my peoples leveled up, promoted, ready to go. Yeah, so we're level 18. Everybody else is roughly around 17. Yeah, this is gonna be a good time. So let's go ahead and end this video here before I jump into the next battle. The next episode will be the fight to defend the Roselles. Don't miss out on that one. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to have notifications on, that's fine, but definitely check out the next video that's going to come up. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, I will catch you on the flip side.